All right, so it's the end of my trip. I'm in Halifax Airport about to fly out. I'm gonna eat lunch. Look at how cool the furniture is. I'm gonna order, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna recap my entire trip for you. Stick around. Yeah, stick around for the whole video because at the end of the video, I am going to show you the coolest shark artifact that I got for my trip. No, it's not a shark. They wouldn't let me bring one home. Any guesses? You're gonna have to wait to the end of the story, I'm sorry. First of all, I want to tell you where I stayed. You got a pen? Get a pen. You're gonna write down this name. It's called the Red Cap Restaurant and Motel. Trust me, when you hear this story, it's going to warm your heart. You're gonna want to just fly to Nova Scotia to stay there just because. So I booked my room very late, like really close to the trip. Why do I do that? Because I procrastinate, because I don't like booking flights or rooms. If anybody wants to do that for me, please give me a call. So I find the Red Cap Restaurant and Motel through the Atlantic Shark Expedition website because it's 10 minutes from Dennis Point, which is where you take off at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I wanted to be as close as I can. Now, this place doesn't do online bookings, or I couldn't figure out how to do an online booking. It could be either or, so I actually had to call and get somebody on the phone to book the reservation. This is where you're gonna fall in love with this hotel. So I called and Nancy picks up the phone and I tell her what I want to do, and she's very, very adorable with her accent, and she's like, I can do that, but you're a little late in the game, aren't you, hon? And I'm like, yes, I know. So she's taking my order, but as she's taking my room reservation, I can hear like the din of a restaurant, and I'm thinking to myself, is she waitressing as she takes my reservation? Sure enough, I hear her say, here's your coffee, hun. So she's doing two things at one time. She finally reserves it. She gets me all sorted. I booked 2 rooms because Vanessa's coming and I had to book her room too. And all of a sudden I say, do I get an email confirmation? She shouts across the restaurant, Trina, can you send her an email confirmation? Trina yells back, sure, I'll get to that tomorrow if that's all right. I'm in love with the both of them. That kid's not happy. So I get into Halifax and I go to rent a car, but unfortunately I didn't reserve a car. Why? Because I don't like doing stuff like that. So I didn't reserve a car, and guess what? They had no cars left. So we had to call my friend Lori, who came and saw us at the airport anyways, and she drove us all the way to Yarmouth in her car, which is about a 3-hour drive. Now when we get to Yarmouth, I realized that Lori's going to go home. When Lori goes home, who's going to drive us to the Sharks? You want to know who offered to drive us to the Sharks? Nancy. Not only Nancy, but Nancy and her husband. She goes, hon, I'll take you to the Sharks. No big deal. I'm up at 5:30 anyways. I'll just come in early and drive you and your friends to the Sharks. So 7:30 the next morning, Nancy and her husband Armand show up to drive us to the Sharks. You know what else they do? They bring us water, they bring us snacks, and Armand says, make sure you have some gravel for the boat. We can stop and get some if you need it. On another side note, Trina, who runs the show, is incredibly sweet, took care of me the whole time. I had some of the best food I've ever eaten.